Thanks, Kyle. Endicott Downtown Growth and Enterprise, or EDGE, is looking to make a lasting impact on the community. The group was formerly known as Downtown Endicott Business Association prior to the Faces barbershop owner, Joe Becker, taking it over. Becker hopes that the new chapter in the organization can make a positive impact on the area with the goal of having an inclusive, forward-thinking, and deeply respectful legacy.
I really want some businesses to reinvest in this community. I want the communities to reinvest in this community. I want people to kind of invest in their community because, unfortunately, today's day and age, there's a lot of negativity, and you see it online, you see it on the quotes, you see it in the comments. Everybody has something to say, but no one wants to put action into motion.
Becker wants a specific group of people to assist him in improving downtown Endicott.
I want people with fresh ideas, innovative ideas, don't have any agendas, no politics. It's just, what can we do to better where we live and help the people where we live and make this a place we can be proud of and people want to come to and want to visit.
Becker said he wants to make downtown Endicott vibrant like it was in the past. For information on how to get involved, you can visit our website, wbng.com.